The premise isn't even that bad, and this is where I want to criticize Naughty Dog if they're ever going to listen to this, and they're right. The developers.
Okay.
Naughty Dog is the company that made the game.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty.
Naughty Dog.
They made this game as
You're
well.
looking at me like I'm the most uncultured swine.
Yeah, I started this episode with you don't know anything and I know everything. So.
Well, I'll admit my ignorance here.
So basically, my idea on how to fix this plot is to start the game off as Abby, because realistically, the Joel killed her dad, right? So to a certain extent, she is justified in her hatred. You understand? But you don't find out about that until after she kills Joel. So when you're the player, you're gonna hate this person. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hate her because you don't even know why she did it. She's just a heartless monster that beat your dad figure to a pulp. It's like, come on,
dude. I don't know, man. But the more you describe both these games, no, the second game, the first game has a.
The first game has a lot of.
I don't want to say wholesome, but it's in the midst of all this gruesome, it's kind of like a.
Compared to The Last of Us 2,
a good story.
Yeah, they're both relatively
savory. Not savory. It's it's a guy saving his daughter figure.
Yeah.
But the second one, man, it seems more absurd every second you talk about it.
I mean, they want to get the point across. Revenge is bad, and they are willing to sacrifice everything and everyone to establish that.
What a joke.
Oh my. But basically, to save the story, you should play as Abby at the beginning, not Ellie, because. When you start playing as Abby, you don't know anything about this character. You don't even know, what her life story is or anything about her. You only find out about that after you already despise her guts. You hate this person when the game, actually starts. You understand? Excuse me. So, in my mind, I think the way to save this plot would be to start the game as a flashback sequence, of that horrible moment in the hospital of the first game, and going to Abby as a little girl or a younger girl, and seeing this from her perspective. You understand her perspective? Because imagine how horrifying that is. Your dad died to this crazed man, and he's a doctor. He's not a soldier, right? And he dies. Yeah. And you're just I want to find the person who did this. This is not right. And that starts her quest. And then it's revealed to us who that person is. And one thing I really don't understand is they make Abby like revenge. Ellie really doesn't like revenge. She's really conflicted when she's killing all these people.
Yeah.
She's clearly miserable and upset, but she's doing this
as I feel a normal
as a normal
being would be.
Yeah, she's really suffering, right? But Abby she's fine with this. She's enjoying this, So it's just why would I care about this person? You understand? In my mind, I think you should have made Abby a lot more conflicted because Joel saves her life. You understand? A zombie is literally on top of her, about to bite her or eat her. And Joel comes out of nowhere and shoots the zombie in the head. It's get up, come on. It's let's get out of here, He literally is saving her. And I would I think what would be really amazing is if Abby showed some confliction. Where she's alone, looking in a mirror or something, and she's just what should I do? I spent the last 3 or 4 years hunting this man down, and he shows up to save my life. Because just imagine that. It's you are hunting someone down, and that same person saves your life. What would you do? Just the level of confliction, right? Because normally if someone saves...
Oh, wait, you mean conflict. I'm sorry,
No, confliction.
Confliction?
Yeah, because Yeah, that's a word.
Inner conflict?
Inner conflict. Because, on the one hand, she spent her whole, the last few years hunting this man. She wants him dead. On the other hand, he just saved your life. So you kind of owe him one, right? So imagine how you would feel. Honest to God, if the man you hated saved your life, what would you do? Would you kill him?
Hate him more for giving me a reason to not want to kill him.
No, but seriously, would you go through with killing him? And I feel what would have made this plot so much more interesting is Abby is actually not sure what to do, and one of her friends convinces her to do it. Because she has a whole party of people, right? And I feel that would make us actually sympathize with Abby, because she's really, doesn't know what to do. She's, lost. Like, because on the one hand she wants to kill, on the other hand she doesn't, and only when she's convinced by like some third party member, then she actually goes through with it. But that's not what they did. They decided, no, Abby wants to kill. She doesn't care who. She doesn't care why. It's just
man.
So that's probably the biggest part where I'm just like.
I will say I actually agree with you because I mean
because you have no
to
sympathy.
save this is like you got to put yourself in this psycho human's shoes in some way, understand her pain. You know.
But like they don't show any sympathy. Like I really think they wanted us to sympathize with Abby and maybe question Ellie, but that's not how it comes across. We want this person dead. Like, we want to kill them. We are killing all these people. We are doing all of this to get to that final moment where Ellie finally gets revenge for Joel. But that's not what happens. You know, and I feel like that just leaves a bitter taste. Like, here's the thing, Naughty Dog. If you, for some reason, are actually listening to this, please, here's like a writing tip from a guy who's never written anything in his life. When you're doing a revenge story and your message is how revenge solves nothing, or there's a cycle of revenge, or revenge will cost you everything, you have to go through with the revenge. You cannot finish the plot of your revenge story without the final revenge. Because if you do that, you miss the one thing you spent this whole time going for. You know?
Unless they were trying to just get across the point that revenge is not.
But Abby got her revenge, so what's the moral?
Revenge is not worth it.
It was worth it for her.
But
she gets to live. She killed her dad's murderer. It's like she got everything she wanted, minus like a few like comrades. You know, not even like close friends.
Maybe they wanted to get across that this Ellie character saw the light in the end.
After mountains of innocents being killed, the one she actually wants to kill is the one she said, you know what, I've had my fill of bloodshed, you know, you get to live. All those innocent people I killed, nah, it's fine.
I might have to add that we are still the Stay Positive podcast.
We are the Stay Positive. Don't worry, we're gonna tangent into more positive subjects, but like, I'm just trying to like understand, you know, like, we don't care for Abby, and that is definitely a mistake by the writers, you know, from the way they structure the plot. You know?
I'm like baffled that games like this exist, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Why? It's art. It's a form of art.
Okay, let's take a step back here, and we're not gonna say that this game itself.
No, not this game, but like video games can tell very nice stories.
No, I agree with that.
Like the first.
I'm saying stories, yeah.
If you need an example,
this is not.
No. This is overkill. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want a good video game story, might I suggest The Last of Us?
Oh my god.
It's a good story. So anyway, so we've talked.
It's unbelievable, man.
The gameplay is relatively the same, and I wanted to say this at the beginning. I guess it's a bit late for that now, but everyone who's listening to this, please don't attack or verbally go after any of the developers or voice actors. No, Pete, don't laugh. This is serious, because people actually are like giving death threats to.
Oh, what?
To the voice actor.
Okay,
Abby.
wait, that's very, very, very bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, Pete, guys, the voice actors and the game designers, the programmers, they are not to blame for any of this. So please do not resort to any hostility at all. No, they don't deserve this. They're just people doing their job. They've done nothing wrong. They're just doing their jobs. As are the programmers, the environmental artists, the musicians, the composers. No one here deserves any hostile remarks. Criticizing their work is 100% fine. Like I just did. I came up with my own version, and I might be 100% wrong. I've never written anything, but I just feel like if your goal was to empathize with Abby, they could have gone a much better route. But I feel they were just so desperate on portraying revenge in a bad light that they just kind of sacrificed the integrity of their own characters for that. But but that's a critique. Do not go after anyone who was a part of this game, please. On that note, Pete,
Please.
yeah,
I would love to give you my thoughts on. Well,
Revenge.
I've kind of given you my thoughts on what I think of this game.
You don't like it?
Gameplay, absolutely do not like it. Well, okay, I'll be honest. Like I said before, I do think that the story of the first game is
Sounds good.
quite intriguing.
Yeah.
You know, the second game is a freaking
No,
roller
it's
coaster, man.
gory.
That's just awful. The way that they do this, like, once again, I am no video gamer. I don't play like the extent of my gaming knowledge is Mario Kart on DS,
Yeah. You want to know something funny?
which I'm unbeatable at, by the way.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Is the vast majority of people, like not the media conglomerates, but like actual like independent reviewers and gamers, they say this. They say if you want to like torture yourself or have a bad time or just be miserable, play this game. Because like that's the mood it puts you in. You're not having fun. Like Naughty Dog themselves even said this. This game is not a fun game. It's an engaging game, but it's not a fun game. So when the developers themselves are telling you, "Hey, by the way, this isn't fun," you can't really. In some aspects, they succeeded. No one's having a fun time playing this game.
Which is you see now that's so interesting. Like, how can you have a market to sell this game?
Well, it's a sequel to a beloved game.
I know, but how can you have a market for a game that you claim would not give like this overwhelmingly good reaction?
I mean, why do people go to horror movies or...
No, because they enjoy it.
So maybe
they enjoy being scared, but no one enjoys not having
What
fun.
about movies like World War II movies? I forget the... Not Schindler's List. There was one in Inglourious Bastards. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, I actually haven't watched it, but I've seen little clips and
there are moments that are really dark, in that movie, and it's just like, why would you go voluntarily to see that? Because, it's not necessarily fun per se, but like engagement or like thrill, that kind of thing.